So the rumor is that Lex uses cancel culture. He internet bullies Superman with mutant monkeys who are a bot farm, basically, of mutant monkeys flooding social media with the hashtag SUPERSH.
What the f? I mean...
What the f?
All right, so I guess, well, it starts earlier in the month. If we want to take them on a journey, it starts earlier in the month of April. We are now at the end of the month of April. There were legit test screenings. There's always rumors of test screenings, and half the time it's total bullshit. They will do internal screenings at Marvel mostly, and sometimes they test screen on the lot. But these are on the lot. These test screens are on the lot. They pick people, and it's kind of the same group of people a lot of the time. So Chris knows a guy who sees all the test screenings. And I will be upfront. This is the guy who's liked The Flash, and he liked Superman. He liked the test screening he saw of James Gunn's Superman. So these test screenings happen. Chris talks about it on Film Threat. Somebody else sees it, then talks about it on their podcast, and then it makes news.
and then it's on some. Well, and to be fair,
that's
how we
the
got
internet,
here,
baby.
how we got here was Monday's Versus. Atomic Lori, shout out to our producer on Versus, Atomic Lori, suggested a news story about the Reddit rumor about SUPERSH. And I thought, this is a dumb news story. It's not true. Let's not even talk about it. But we did anyways. You kind of go through the news. It's like, all right, we'll discuss it. But I thought this was bullshit. You DM me yesterday and ask, is that SUPERSH true? I was so dumb with the monkeys and the hashtag SUPERSH trending so Superman feels sad that I thought couldn't be real.
Yep.
I messaged the person who went to the Superman test screening and asked, is this real? The SUPERSH hashtag. He says, I asked, is it in the movie? He says, yes. Even the monkeys? Yes. I said, holy shit. I confirmed to Gary. Gary puts a tweet out, a bunch of videos and articles later, and it's a real thing. Now, I don't know how big it is in the movie. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know the context at all. Yeah.
And we don't know if it will remain in the movie. That's what test screenings are for. What works, what doesn't, what lands, what doesn't. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like grounds it too much in reality. I really like in the original Donner Superman how Clark Kent looked at a phone, like they didn't have phone booths anymore. By then, phone booths were still around. But the main thing was like a phone kiosk you can't go into, right? He looks it up and down. It's a heroic moment, gets a big laugh, and that's it. But I don't like when movies kind of ground it in the present or in technology that will be outdated. I fucking hate cell phones in movies. I hate that being used as a plot device. Quentin Tarantino famously said, what's your favorite era to make films? He's made films in different eras in history. He said anything before cell phones because it just destroys so many plot things. I mean, every horror movie has to write around, I have no cell service, this thing, or they make up something that's Uber, but not Uber, but DoorDash, but not DoorDash. It's stupid. I don't know, Gary, I'm sure you have thoughts.
No, I I agree with you. It's terrible, and it doesn't need to be there. And it takes a story that should very well be timeless. You know, Dick Donner's Superman is a timeless movie. Despite it being very 70s, you can watch it now and enjoy it. It is so stupid and petty that I didn't believe it either. Like yesterday when we were talking about it, I'm like, but it could be true. Like, absolutely. And then, you know, Matt McGloin pointed out in his Cosmic Book News article, and he's absolutely correct. If you went and watched Creature Commandos, that shit's in there. These are woke. There's incels. You know, the Sons of Themyscira are fucking incels in it. So those things are there, and that's what he chose to launch his DCU with, but he's left it out of the movies primarily. Like it wasn't in the Suicide Squad, wasn't in any Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, but Matt McGloin theorized that this is his response to cancel culture. And if you wanted to use cancel culture in a movie, I wouldn't use it in a Superman movie, like ever. But like, if you want to use it, there's a way to use it. If you really take an honest look at what it is. Do I feel like James Gunn in James Gunn? That's going to be out in James Gunn 11th of the year of James Gunn, who's animated himself into the opening of fucking every episode of Creature Commando, who's put himself on a variant cover for a Superman. Do I think he has the humility to just rise above this? I thought he did, but I guess not. I thought RTD had the humility to rise above certain shit too with Doctor Who, and he didn't. Again, this was a test screening, and these rumors have been kind of floating around. There's lots of them out there for, like I said earlier, for a month, right? So the plot rumors that you've heard that we kind of went over on a previous live stream, that we were at the time, we didn't know they were true, right? So we're like, who knows? All true. They all got verified almost the next day by Chris. So we definitely knew that there was going to be a misinformation campaign to take down Superman. And sorry, here's a little detail. They take a message from Jor-El. Lex Luthor takes a message from Jor-El and reworks it, makes it sound like basically Superman wants to conquer Earth or something like that.
100% true.
Yeah,
100% true. That is true in the movie. That's how Lex tries to go after Superman.
Yep. So, but I never heard anything. We heard alternate dimension to where that's where Lex keeps his girlfriends.
Yeah.
That one was weird. So mutant monkeys as a bot farm, which might be a precursor to Gorilla Grog. And I know fucking monkeys and gorillas are different. Okay. But I'm saying precursor, in a different dimension with a good internet connection. Like, I don't know how they get to,
yeah,
that's what I'm like. This is ridiculous. Like, I get that James Gunn feels probably a little wronged by Marvel for getting fired over jokes, but did you see all his jokes? I mean, like, and then they ended up bringing him back. So we all knew, like, he laid low, played the good soldier, was brought back, and then did a deal with DC to get back at him. That would be, I mean, like, why not? I get to be Kevin Feige and take on Kevin Feige, even though Kevin Feige didn't fire him. It was Alan Horn who fired him.
Yeah.
Exploring cancel culture in a movie. I mean, that really happened. If you didn't, honestly, that would be appreciated. I doubt Hollywood ever would in a million years. But in a Superman movie, it's just a really fucking bad idea. And you know what, James, you want to get, if you ever want to get back at your perceived enemies, just succeed and not give a fuck. That's kind of the best way.
Right.
Just live, be happy.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't care. That's pretty much how you get back. Also,
I heard this may be breaking, and I told you this, but you did not say this publicly.
Yeah. Yeah. That
from my source regarding Superman, there are jokes that make fun of the Snyder cut. And yeah. So I don't know if it's making fun of Snyder Bros per se, but there's jokes that make fun of the Snyder cut.
Bro, I know you're watching, James. Cut it out. Cut it out of the movie right fucking now. Cut it out. You will never fucking live it down if it does not outgross Man of Steel, and you took a shot at Snyder Cut fans and then you put in the hashtag super shit. If I cut it out, dude.
You know, James Gunn, dismissing Cavill. I think a lot of people did not like that decision. Cavill was a great Superman in a movie that was not well received.
Yeah.
That's why I think that people are just apprehensive. David Cornsweet still has to prove himself, I think.
Yeah. And so does Jay. And I think people were fine. We're willing, hey, let's give this thing a chance. Even if you put that in for 30 seconds, and now that the word is out, you've just turned people off. to something you can't afford. You can't afford that at all. This needs to have mass appeal. It needs to be the biggest movie. It needs to beat the Fantastic Four. It needs to beat Jurassic Park. I don't know if it's going to do that now. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.